what's up? It's BigJackFilms here, and welcome to a new episode of Pickup Vlogs. It's been a while since I've done this, so I thought I'd do a little new pickup vlog for you guys on my haul from Anime North this year, as well as a few things I picked up in the last few months. So, just very quickly, I want to say, if you guys have seen my Felix the Cat review, I just want to say thank you to all the people at Anime North who helped participate in the review. Really helped me out a lot, and it made the review a really great review, so I'm very happy for how it turned out. And Anime North overall this year, I know it's been a month already since Anime North happened, but this is kind of late, so I just thought I'd put this out there. So my overall review of this year, a lot of fun, a lot of great times, met a lot of my friends, a lot of people I know, great cosplays, great vendors, great, like, a lot of cool stuff this year. Only downside is, it was hot as fuck. They were calling for thunderstorms that weekend, but instead we got pretty much us in a giant oven. It was fucking hot as hell, having to walk back and forth from the hotels. The humidity was bad. I had to drink literally every day. So, yeah, it was overall good. Just probably the hottest Anime North ever got. Like, very temperature-wise, extremely hot. So, aside from that, we have a haul of shit here today. Keep in mind, again, some of this is Anime North, and then some of it is stuff I picked up or found in the past few months. So, let's start things off with, I guess the thing that's really cool are the amount of VHSs I got at Anime North. So these are the first bundle of stuff from Anime North. This one isn't, but I'll get to that in a sec. But these I actually found at a vintage, kind of a garage sale-esque toy vendor at the dealer's room at Anime North. And what they are interesting. They are Japanese VHS imports of Heisei-era Godzilla movies. For those who don't know, when the Heisei-era Godzilla films from the 80s to the 90s were being released in Japan, they never released them in the US, aside from Godzilla 1985 and Godzilla vs. Biollante. And it wasn't until the 98 Roland Emmerich film came out in 98 that people were able to see the Heisei-era Godzilla movies. So, the only way to really watch the new ones at the time was to get special Japanese imports on VHS. So, here I picked these up for about, I don't know, 10 bucks. I mean, I know it's pretty expensive given VHSs, but I thought I'd grab them because I am kind of a Godzilla fan, and I've really been wanting to take a look at these. So, the ones we have here, I guess we'll start with the one that has probably the shittiest VHS cover. That's Godzilla vs. Biollante. I mean, look at this shit. Like, they clearly just did not give a crap, and they just needed to get the imports out. This is probably, in my opinion, the worst Godzilla cover I've ever seen in terms of covers for Godzilla movies. And, like, they got the really shitty images. Like, that looks like something out of, like, a Sega CD graphic or something. But, yeah, this is not a very good cover, but the tape is in there, and if you're wondering what the tapes look like, they're basically recorded tapes, right? They don't have a label except for the bottom. There you go, Godzilla vs. Biollante. But what's interesting, it's made by Fuji, so you know it's Japan. But what's interesting is that these I don't think are recordable, so you can't re-record over these because it's got the pin taken out. So, I think that's kind of interesting that, like, they made it so you can't record over these, so that's good. So I have the full movie. I haven't checked the tapes, but I'm hoping to soon. They're probably going to be very shit quality, but, I thought that was, these were some good pickups, so yeah. So here's, Godzilla vs. Biollante. Now we also have, another film, I think this is the next film, which is, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Now look at that. That's a way better cover. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, this is the one where, basically, these alien guys go back in time and, erase Godzilla from history and replace it with, King Ghidorah, but then another Godzilla shows up, and chaos ensues. So, I really like this cover. Like, you got Godzilla there, you got all this Japanese lettering. I cannot read that for shit unless I use Google Translate. And the back, it's got this really great image of King Ghidorah and Godzilla on the back as well. So, glad I picked this one up, and you see they were $5 a VHS, but I managed to get them for like 3 for 10 or 3 for 7 or whatever. But yeah, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah from 1991. And then last, we have the last one, which is Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, or basically, as I call it, just Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. This is the one where after Mecha King Ghidorah from Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah was dropped in the ocean, they took out the head of King Ghidorah and used it to make Mechagodzilla. This one also has Godzilla Jr., which is probably my favorite version of Minya or Godzilla's son or whatever, because he looks like Godzilla and not just some shitty Pillsbury Doughboy character. But as you can see, there's the front, really nice poster image. It says Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. On the back, you got all these cool images from the movie. And yeah, I think that actually looks kind of cool. So yeah, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. And then this thing is actually kind of interesting. This is actually, if you guys don't know, I've been collecting VHS movies of Godzilla films and Kong films for a while. This is interesting. This is Godzilla on Monster Island, and it's not a VHS, it is beta. I don't have a beta player, but as far as I know, these were higher quality tapes than VHS. The quality was better on the image. But I found this at Goodwill before all the Goodwills closed down, unfortunately. Picked it up for like 50 cents, and as you can see, it's Godzilla on Monster Island, but in reality, it's Godzilla versus Gigan. And as you can see, there's the back with Godzilla King Ghidorah, Gigan, and Anguirus. And you got all this lettering, and then you got the poster of Godzilla on Monster Island. So this one came out in 1977. Wow, this is an old one. Oh, very, very old beta tape. And actually, it says here this was distributed by Arstral Films on King Street West in Toronto. Oh, my town. That's kind of cool. So, yeah, thanks whoever made this. This is kind of cool. So, Godzilla on Monster Island on beta. Now, moving on, we have, surprisingly, another set of beta tapes. As you guys know, I'm a huge Kong fan, and as you know, the Kong reviews. But I found these in the span of about a year, actually. I'll show you the first one, which is the 1976 King Kong on beta on 2 cassettes, part 1 and part 2. I don't know why they split it into 2 parts. I haven't seen the imagery on this thing. I guarantee it's kind of cool, but it's interesting because the next beta tape is, again, Kong 76 on beta. The problem is that it made me wonder, you know, like, okay, this is the whole movie, this is split into 2 parts, and I'm thinking, oh shit, is this the extended TV cut? Because as you guys know, they did an extended TV cut of Kong 76, and it's like 3 hours long with 45 minutes of additional material. It has never been released on any home video format. Some of the deleted scenes were on the Region 2 Blu-ray of Kong 76, but finding a full version of the extended TV cut is impossible unless you torrent it, and that's probably the only way you're going to get to see it. But I wondered about, like, you know, is this the extended cut? Do we actually get a copy of this? I asked a few forum sites about it, and they said no, this was an earlier beta, and therefore had less space, so they had to split it in 2 parts, and then this is a later release from, let's see here, 1986, right when King Kong Lives came out, and then they put the whole movie on this copy. So, as you can see, they're pretty much identical, minus the black cover here. It's got the description, Jessica Lange in the hand on blue screen, same thing on the back of this one, and, this one, although I think I like this version of the beta tape better because it shows more of the artwork. But yeah, there's Kong 76 on Blu-ray. Definitely worth grabbing because that's my favorite movie of all time. Now we have, next in the lineup, some DVDs. These are, most of these I've bought at Goodwill and Value Village and pawn shops. I did not buy these at Anime North, but they are anime related, so I thought I'd grab them. First I'll talk about the non-animated ones. First of all, pick this up for the fuck of it, because I've been trying to get them all on DVD now. It's, The Land Before Time, Great Day of the Flyers. I think this is, I don't know which number in the series this is. I've really lost count on how many sequels they've made, but I haven't watched this yet, and I'm a huge Land Before Time fan. Love the first one, and the first 4 sequels, so 2 through 6 actually, pretty damn good. 7 is where it got really bad, and 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. That's where it got kind of shitty. But the first 6 films I really enjoyed a lot. But I haven't seen this one, so I have no clue how this is. Picked it up at Value Village for like $3, so it was pretty cheap. Most kids' movies are hard to get in good quality at Value Village or thrift shops because all the kids fucking scratch it. So this was a good find to find this. Now this one, I'm glad I picked up pretty much in mint condition. Still had the packaging on it, but was still at Value Village. And that is, in my opinion, my favorite animated Disney film of all time, and probably one of my favorite things Disney has done. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This came out in 1996, actually 20 years old at this point, this film. I watched it just last night with Brad. He came over, and he'd never seen it, so I thought we'd both take a little retrospective on it. It still holds up. Oh my god, this is one of the darkest things Disney has put out, probably next to Black Cauldron, because I think this movie, sorry, that was my air freshener. This movie, Black Cauldron, and Song of the South kind of are things Disney's kind of ashamed of because of the amount of dark stuff that's in it and some of the mature content. This is one that is, and that's why I love this movie, because it's a lot more of a mature animated Disney film. It still has the kind of Disney Renaissance on it, still has the songs, still has the comic songs, still has this and that, but it still holds up. This is better than Beauty and the Beast, this is better than Lion King. If you guys find this, check it out. It is a great movie. Tony Jay is the bad guy. His best performance, I think, as a voice actor. And, yeah, and the thing is, I'm hoping Disney does a Blu-ray of this soon, or a 2-disc special edition, because it really deserves it. It's really a lot. Disney's just kind of like, yeah, we're just gonna put this over here next to Song of the South. Don't worry, it doesn't exist. But it's a good fucking movie, so check it out, guys. Hunchback of Notre Dame, great movie, check it out. Now we have, these 4 DVDs are all anime, because, you know, it's Anime North vlog, thought I might do this. These are a couple of movies and TV series that I've actually picked up in a few places. First of all, I picked this up, because I haven't seen it yet. Howl's Moving Castle by Hayao Miyazaki. I am a fan of Miyazaki's work. Spirited Away is probably one of my favorite animated films of all time. I have yet to see this. All I know is that Christian Bale Batman is in this. Christian Bale's in this, and a few other people. Billy Crystal, a few people. But I haven't seen this yet. If you guys know how it is, let me know in the comments if I should watch this sooner or later. But I'm definitely going to check this out when I get the chance if I like watching Ghibli movies in a marathon. So there's Howl's Moving Castle. And this one, I'm surprised I found in as good condition as it is. This is one of Roger Ebert's top 10 favorite films of all time, and I saw this when I was young, and a lot of the maturity really did scare me, and that is Princess Mononoke. A lot of people knows this as Miyazaki's masterpiece. In my opinion, I like Spirited Away more, but this is still a pretty damn good movie. I forget what the plot's about. I haven't seen this in a while, but there's a lot of different voice actors. Now, the thing is, this is the Miramax version, before Disney acquired the rights to do all of Miyazaki's work. So, I don't know if this is the English dub, obviously, but I don't know if this dub is in the Disney one. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. I haven't seen this in a while, so I'll definitely have to take a look at it again. Who's in this? Gillian Anderson, Clayton Darris, Jada Pinkett Smith, Billy Bob Thornton. Okay, Bad Santa's in it. That's kind of cool. But, yeah, Princess Mononoke. Now, the final DVD in our little collection here is a series of DVDs I've been wanting to get for a while, because it's a part of an anime series that these 2 DVDs are the only reasons I watch this particular series, and that is Dragon Ball GT. As you guys know, or probably don't know, I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. I mean, I used to have all the action figures. I used to watch it every night on Toonami. I didn't get into it until the Frieza saga aired on Toonami back in the day, and that's when I got really addicted. I watched it every day. It was kind of my thing to do after school, was watch Dragon Ball Z. But I have been an avid fan. I haven't watched much of Dragon Ball, but I know the overall story. Dragon Ball Z I love. Dragon Ball GT, a lot of people know. I know it sucks. I know it's bad, guys. But I have to give credit where credit's due. These 2 DVDs are the Super Android 17 saga. these are the best, probably the best arc out of the entirety of GT. As if you guys don't know about what happens, it's during a martial arts tournament. It's after the battle with Baby and Dr. Mew. Dr. Mew is in hell, teams up with Dr. Gero, creates 2 Android 17s to become Super 17, while they also send a portal between heaven and hell and earth, where all the classic Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z villains come back to beat this shit, and they're all wiped out, and 17's the ultimate bad guy. So it's a great return for his character. And this is obviously the Funimation version, but the reason I love this so much is because, it's not Goku who saves the day at the end. Well, he does technically kill him, but it's Android 18 who saves the day, and she was always my favorite character in the entirety of the series, and this is why I picked up that, because that is probably one of her best moments in the entirety of the entire Dragon Ball series. So, if you guys are gonna watch anything of GT, just watch the Super 17 saga. You can get Calculations and Revelations. These DVDs are worth picking up. You don't necessarily have to get the box set unless you get a good deal on it, but if you want to get cheap Dragon Ball GT DVDs and watch pretty much the best part of the series, this is the one to check out. And if you guys want to know what I think of Super, I haven't watched any of it yet, but I have seen bits and pieces and I kind of know what's going on, but overall it seems okay. But yeah, Dragon Ball GT, Calculations and Revelations, the Super Android 17 saga, definitely worth picking it up. Check it out. Okay, moving on. We have a few other things. These are just little figures and trinkets and stuff like that, just to add to certain collections. So I'm just gonna bring a shit ton over. The first batch, of course. If you guys don't know, I have up here a Universal Studios shrine that I keep all my Universal Studio stuff. So a lot of this is for that, and some of these I actually found in old bins cleaning out the attic, and I thought I'd add them to my little shrine thing because they are part of Universal. But the first thing I want to show you is something I picked up at Anime North for about $5. It's an Alan Grant action figure from the original Jurassic Park Kenner series. Saw him, thought I'd pick him up for $5. No accessories, but I just thought he kind of looked cool. I am a fan of Jurassic Collectibles, so I see this guy all the time in his reviews. But it's a really cool figure. I really like this guy. So, cool little guy to add to my Jurassic Park collection. Now moving on to some stuff for Universal and a few other things. One thing that I forgot I had were buttons. Like a bunch of, cheap buttons to put on backpacks or something or whatever. What I do with my buttons now, whenever I get them, I just put them on my curtain on my room, just so it has a nice place to put them. But a lot of these are from my youth, and I totally forgot I had them. So the first one was this. This is cool. It's a Batman button, and it says, "Beware the power of the bat." This is from, I think, the 80s and 90s era of Batman comics and stuff. Fun fact, I think when I was a kid, this is going back over 20 years, I was huge on Batman. I loved Batman forever, had all the toys and shit, so came in one day into my living room and my friend and my family had all this Batman stuff that they found laying around that they gave to me, and this was one of them. I also had VHSs of the old Serial. Hang on, light on my, I'm using my screen for lighting for this video, so sorry. So I had the Serial on VHS, the Saturday afternoon Serial. I had a bunch of little Batman knickknacks and stuff, but this button was kind of cool to have, so thought that was fun. Then this, I remember making in elementary school. Oh, this is so shitty. It's just a picture of a dinosaur in the prehistoric world. As you can see, my drawings back then were not the best, but there's a little volcano, there's a little T-Rex, there's the sun and trees and shit. It's kind of shitty, I know, but it was a button I made just for the fuck of it when I was in elementary school in art class, so that's kind of cool. Then this I added to my Universal Studio shrine because I think this was kind of cool. This is a original Jurassic Park button from 1993 when the movie came out. A nice, great picture of the T-Rex. I thought this was kind of cool, so I'm adding this to my shrine so you can take one more look, and that's that. Next are these few items. First of all, as you guys know with Universal, I am a fan of E.T. I reviewed the movie. You can check that on my channel. Found this guy in my attic. It's this little E.T. figure. I think this is from when the 20th anniversary came out, and I did see that in theaters actually when the 20th anniversary came out in 2002. As you can see, he's got a little speak and spell, which in the movie was red. I don't know why the fuck they made it blue. E.T. there. Looks kind of cute. It's a nice little figure, so that's cool. Next we have something where I found, this is interesting, this piece, because it's actually from my mom, and my grandma gave it to her when she was a kid. So this is vintage. I don't know what year this was. This, it doesn't have a year, unfortunately, but, it's cool. It's a, Woody Woodpecker watch. It's a really nice piece. It's got, like, gold plating. It's got this, like, red wristband on it. I took it just as a, like, my mom said just take it, so I added it, pinned it to my Universal Shrine, because Woody Woodpecker is Universal related. As you can see, it's got Woody Woodpecker. It's kind of like the Mickey Mouse watch that Andy had in Toy Story 1 on his wall, which I thought was weird that he had an over-the-top watch clock. Very interesting, but as you can see, Woody Woodpecker and that, so I thought that was kind of cool. Nice little thing from my grandma to my mom, now to me. Now we have this bit. These were from, okay, this is interesting. I'll just show you what they are. They are Jetsons keychains with the entire family of the Jetsons. Fun fact, when I was a kid, we used to go to Swiss Chalet. If you guys don't know, Swiss Chalet is a restaurant in Canada. It's very Canadian. It's chicken, fries, whatever. But they had Happy Meal toys, kind of like, you know, McDonald's and shit. And one of them was the Jetsons keychains. And I guess the Jetsons is Universal related because of the Hanna-Barbera ride and the Jetsons movie that was produced by Universal. But I thought these were kind of cool, so, you know, meet George Jetson, his boy Elroy, daughter Judy, Jade his wife, and there's 2 Elroys, and then there's the dog and Rosie the robot. But I thought this was kind of cool to put them all together and add them to my Universal Shrine. So there's the Jetsons keychains. Now moving on to another thing I found in the attic, and these are interesting. These were all part of some Happy Meals that I remember growing up as a kid, and I saw these, I'm like, holy shit, I remember these. And they are these little miniature houses, villages, and cars from the Flintstones movie. As you guys know, the Flintstones movie had John Goodman, Rick Moranis, Rosie O'Donnell, and a few other people. I think that guy from Dune was in there too. But McDonald's did these Happy Meal promotions where you would get, you know, the Flintstones, like little Flintstone houses, and you can take the car and you can park them in the car. You can park them in the garage, and they would just stay there. It was kind of a little miniature village you can build. But, I mean, in my opinion, the movie's pretty good. I really liked the Flintstones movie when it came out. I know a lot of people hate it. What is up with people hating the movies I enjoy? I don't get it. But, yeah, as you can see, you have the Flintstones house with Fred Flintstone. You have, you know, the Wilma and the regular Flintstones car. You have, you know, Barney and Betty in this little wheel car from their thing. You have Barney as well in a little worker lumberjack thing, and then you have Dino and Pebbles in a little big wheel. And then you have the miniature houses, so you have the Fossil Fill-Up, which is, I guess, a gas station using fossil fuels. That's kind of funny. And then you have something, oh, this is a bad pun. Toys-osaurus. That is a terrible pun. Movie, McDonald's, you should be ashamed of yourself. But I thought these were kind of cool, kind of little interesting little toys from my childhood. Now moving on to the good stuff. We have some video games. Yes, I bought video games at Anime North. Stay calm. You knew this was coming. So let's just grab all these motherfuckers. Yeah! And I guess we'll start with some games. We'll go kind of in order, I guess. So we'll start with some Sega Genesis games. These range from cheap to okay prices, but I got them just for the fuck of it. So you have, first of all, for the Sega Genesis, World Trophy Soccer. Not played this, don't know what it's about, but it was like, look at that. It's $1.99, $2. Who wouldn't get cheap games like that? And then you have Sports Talk Football starring John Montana. Another football game, again, $2, really cool. And this one's interesting. This one I picked up for $10, not bad. It's Terminator 2, the arcade game for the Sega Genesis. No, they have it for the Super Nintendo, which I've been trying to find, but this was cheap. It was $10. It's based on the arcade game, which I have played actually, and it's okay at best. But it's a cool little game. Nice little cover too. I love the cover on this thing. This is better than the actual legit video game they made for Sega and Super Nintendo. This is way better. The other one's a piece of fucking shit. Oh my god. Watch AVGN's review for that. I'll save the trophy for last. Now we have some N64 games. All these were between $2 to $5. I thought I'd pick them up. The first one we have is 1080 snowboarding. I have no clue what this game is about, but it's a cool little game. And as you can see with my N64 games, I did put labels on the top, and just so I can know what they are, because I hate when they don't have labels on games. But 1080p snowboarding. We have All-Star Baseball 99. Don't know what this game's about, but I'm not big into sports games. I'm more collecting games, but I might give this one a look. And then we have this one, which I don't know what the fuck this one is. Fighting Force 64. Anybody know what this is? Comment below. I have no clue. But it's a cool little game, and I thought that I'd pick that up. Alright, second last thing on the list. If you guys would like to know, you're probably asking, BigJackFilms, what's your favorite video games of all time? My favorite video game of all time is Aladdin for the Super Nintendo by Capcom. That is a perfect fucking game. Hell, I would put Super Nintendo as like my favorite game console of all time. But probably number 2 next to Aladdin for the Super Nintendo is Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the Xbox. I bought this when the game came out. This is definitely one of my favorite games of all time, if not my favorite Star Wars game of all time. This is a definite buy. If you get it for, I'd suggest maybe the PC version, even though I'm not a PC player, but I know there's so many mods and people still play this to this day. I still play it. When I'm editing Kong and I need a break, I'll go play some Galactic Conquest on Battlefront 2. It is a great fucking game. It's better than the new one. The new one just looks fucking horrible. You know, no prequel planets, no space battles. That's terrible, guys. Come on. Come on. I mean, at least with the next Battlefront 2.2 or whatever, not this one, but the next for Xbox One, at least get some prequels and space battles in there. But this is a great fucking game. I did not pick this up. This is, again, I bought this when I was back in 2005. But I went to Anime North. They're selling the Xbox version for like fucking, I don't know, like 80, 90 bucks. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's expensive. And I guess because, again, it says, sequel to the best-selling Star Wars game of all time. This is a great fucking game. If you guys have not gotten it, check it out. But that's not why we're here. The reason we're here is because for a while I've been wanting to play the first game, the first Battlefront game, because I'm one of those people who will play a sequel game then play the first game. It's just like, what the fuck? So I did finally pick up the original Star Wars Battlefront for Xbox for about maybe 20 bucks. It's pretty cheap to get the vendor I had for it. But I played the first game. I don't like this game. The second game is amazing. I think because I'm not much for playing backward games, so I played the second one. Then I played the first one, it's shit. Reason being, no, like, thrust button, meaning no, like, speed up button where you can run fast. The controls are awkward. It's hard to move around. And the same thing with Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. I played Return of the King, then I played Two Towers, and it's fucking shit. But Battlefront 1, I'm glad I picked it up. I might give it another shot because I know it's the first game and I gotta give it a chance. And it is one of the best-selling Star Wars games of all time. But, well, I appreciate Battlefront 1. I prefer Battlefront 2 the most. Now, moving on to the prized possession, the golden nugget that I grabbed out of this entire run of pickups. It's hard to find. I've been looking everywhere for this game for a cheap price. And what happened was with this game, I looked Sunday. Usually when you go to, a little tip, when you go to a con, buy everything on Sunday because there's a lot of discounts and shit on that day. So I looked at every booth for this game. They're selling this between 90 to 100, if not more. Found this one guy who was selling it for 60. I got it off him for 50. That is, of course, a game I've been wanting for a while. Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Quest on Super Nintendo. I love the first game. It is, again, one of my favorite games. I love the third game. I've never played the second one. And I grabbed this for about 50 bucks. I then played a little bit, and it's a good fucking game. I actually really enjoyed playing this. But I'm glad I picked it up because this is one I've been after for a while. And this is actually probably the rarest out of all of them. No pun intended, because this is done by Rareware. yeah, this game I've been wanting to get for a while, and I'm glad I finally got it in my collection. I think I have now over like 85 games for the Super Nintendo. That's a lot of games. But I'm glad I picked this up, and that is Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Quest. Or Diddy Kong's Quest. For those who don't know, take a look at the cover. It's a fucking awesome game. But yeah, that's about it for pickups vlogs, guys. Keep in mind, I'll be trying to do more of these over the summer. I've got a few more videos planned. I have an update video or channel update video that I'm going to be doing soon, so tune into that. And until the next review, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, this is BigJackFilms, signing off.